Alright, so just to preface, I haven't been really keeping my finger on the pulse of, Deltarune theories that people have already made. So if I say something that's already been said by someone else, I apologize. I promise all of this is just stuff that I've been canoodling in my head. And the second thing is that currently I have played all 4 chapters, however, I have not yet played the chapter 4 secret boss, or secret bosses. I heard that there might be more than one. Nor have I played the weird route. So, well, the chapter 4 weird route. I've played the chapter 2 weird route. Anyway, that being said, let me just get into it. So, first of all, and I haven't been really keeping up with the newsletters either. So, if there's been, hints to stuff, I haven't seen them yet. First of all, next chapter is going to be the festival. And I'm going to start off with a really obvious one, but I think that the Dark World is going to, for this chapter 5, is going to be in the festival. I mean, that's like a gimme. All the Dark Worlds have to do with escapism in some way, and festivals are a fun entertainment escape thing, and the festival's happening next season, and it's just a unique location, and so literally how could it not be, the other prediction that I'm gonna throw out is that either in chapter 6 or 7, maybe even 5, we could be surprised, it could be in 5, there's definitely gonna be a Dark World in Noelle's house, 1,000%. Because once again, Dark Worlds always follow a pattern of escapism. Started out with card games, then started out with card games, then the internet, then TV, then religion, and presumably a festival. And Noelle's whole deal, the Holiday family's whole deal, is that they're Christmas to the nines, and you can't tell me that aesthetic is not a setup for a whole Dark World, to have a whole house decorated with Christmas stuff. You can't tell me that that's not going to be a Dark World. And also the holiday being escapism too, it's just too perfect. Okay, another little prediction I'm gonna throw out there. I think that, as we've predicted, Des is almost certainly the knight. And it's to such a degree now where it'd be super unsatisfying if it was anyone but Des at this point who turned out to be the knight. There are maybe a couple people who could be revealed to be the knight that could pull it off, but really the setup has all been pointing to Des. And so I think that the real surprise is going to come from I'm predicting 2 reveals, right? So we already know that the knight has a team, right? Because Chris is working with the knight, and it's pretty obvious that Carol is working with Chris and the knight too. If she's not, that in itself would be kind of a twist, because it seemed pretty obvious from chapter 4 that she was in cahoots. But I think that it's going to be revealed that Rudy is also in on it. I'm going to explain what I think his reasoning would be in just a minute. So I think that Des is the knight, but I think that Des is dead. And I think that because a whole plot point in chapter 4 was Gerson being dead, but in the dark world, being alive and being at like full strength, you know? And so I think that the Holiday family's plot is to open these dark fountains so that they can keep their girl alive. And additionally, because Rudy doesn't want to see Noelle alone with Carol. Rudy is helping because he knows that he's dying, and once he does, he doesn't want his girl to be alone. So he's trying to open the dark fountains as well. So I think that's the like evil motivation for this whole thing. It's about escapism. It's about holding on to what you've lost. And so it's about the Holiday family trying to piece together what's broken by using this escapism, these dark worlds, to basically create like a false reality, but in the process they're going to destroy the world. Right. So further predictions. I think so. We've already heard that Azriel is coming back from college in the next chapter, in chapter 5. I think that based on how we've seen Chris act towards us whenever Azriel is involved, like intentionally like hiding information and stuff, I think that Chris is going to be hiding from Azriel the entire time that he's visiting, to try and keep us from interacting with Azriel. Either that, or Chris is going to try and like dump us off somewhere, try and keep us away from Azriel. Either way, Chris is going to be doing some shenanigans to try and keep us away from him. And additionally, I have a suspicion that Chris might go through some shenanigans to try and make you know what? No, I don't think they would. I was gonna say that I think Chris would go through some shenanigans to make their family seem more normal for Azriel, but that seems more like an Asgore move, to be honest. So I don't think Chris will do that. I think Chris is definitely gonna either try running away from Azriel though, or just like locking us up somewhere so that they can spend time with Azriel by themselves. I also think maybe in the dark world of this chapter, or maybe further down the line, I'm not sure, but I think there's gonna be a section where we're going to be in a situation where Chris is alone and they can't do something on their own, and they need to accept our help as like a separate entity to like get through something, like maybe a puzzle section or a fight or something. I think that that's gonna happen at some point. And maybe in the Weird Route version of that, they just try and like leave us behind instead, or maybe it just plays out the same. Because I could still see a situation where Chris is like backed up against the wall and has to use our help, even in the Weird Route. At least from what I know about the Weird Route. All right, next prediction. Speaking of the Weird Route, I think that in the conclusion to the Weird Route, we are going to get Noelle to kill Chris. I know that sounds crazy, but I think that's what this is leading to. I think we're going to use Noelle's ice powers to kill Chris, And then I think that for the rest of the game, we are going to puppet Chris's dead corpse around. Crazy, I know. I'm sorry. But this is what I think is gonna happen. And that's why there's only one ending, right? It's basically the weird route is us trying to be like to try and like dehumanize all of the characters, but specifically Chris and Noelle is trying to like just turn them into like little playthings. And so that one, I would not be surprised if that did not happen. That's like me shooting from like the opposite end of the court. But like it kind of seems like that's a possibility. I just think it'd be thematically in line with what the weird route is doing. Other than that, I think those are most of the predictions I have. I mean, we know, and I'm saying we know, we don't know, but we basically know that at some point Susie's gonna find out about the soul. I think that's gotta happen at like right at the end of a chapter. I don't know if it'll happen at the end of this chapter, chapter 5, or at the end of chapter 6. But if I can lock in my predictions for where I think each chapter will take place, I think chapter 5 is the festival, and that's where the Dark World's gonna be. And maybe at the festivals where everyone else learns about the Dark Worlds. I think that's very likely. Chapter 6 is going to be Noelle's house, the holiday house. I think that's gotta happen at some point. I'm guessing it's gonna be chapter 6. I think chapter 7 is gonna be the roaring. Like, the roaring happens, and then our heroes are like stuck in it, and they have to like undo it from there. And if the roaring does happen when I think it will happen, then I'm guessing that the reveal of the soul to Susie will happen at the end of chapter 6, because that's just the most dramatically like poignant place to do it. It's just the most effective place to slip that reveal in, because that's the most dramatic moment, probably of the heroes failing, will be at the end of chapter 6. Yeah. Alright. Won't waste you guys' time any longer. Thanks for listening to me. And, yeah, stay special.